Well, there's many times in my life when I wished that I had a personal assistant or anybody to help me. Sheila, you're that person?
Oh, I am that person.
Tell us about it.
I am.
And how did you get started?
Well, I will
Because I
tell
know
you.
you used to work at the museum.
Yes, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the whole story. So I am the owner proprietor of this Call Sheilah, your personal concierge. And
I love the name.
Thank you. And so for years, my friends and family have all been like, "Yeah, just call Sheila; she'll do it." And basically,
that's how you got your
I mean, it started out as as a young kid being responsible for parents who couldn't necessarily find their way out of a paper bag. So I was always the very parentified kid, and it was a little bit of a burden, but now it's a gift because I developed these skills.
Now you developed it, yeah.
I developed skills that allow me to see the big picture, figure out solutions, get the job done quickly and kindly, and so
you got to walk a tightrope, I think, on with some people because. It seems to me they think they know how they want it done, and you can see that maybe it needs to be done a different way.
That's very smart. And then, I mean, it is definitely a balance. And, so I am a professional and I'm an organizer. I have a lot of skills and a lot of credentials. And so if people call me, then they already have a little bit of trust. And that they need some help. And, it is a balance because even though people admit that they need help, they do have a way that they want things done. But I'm flexible. And, if somebody wants something done in a way that maybe I don't necessarily perceive as the most efficient way, I'm completely flexible.
Yeah,
and
because you get paid by the hour. No,
well, and it's not so much that. I mean, I want people to be happy with my services.
Yeah.
And so.
So when you think about personal assistant, I mean, I'm thinking sometimes I just want to get a room cleaned out, or I want to I got errands to run and I can't get them all done on the same day, and I got this dog that needs to go to the vet. I mean, is this something?
Yes, and so all of those things and more. So I've done, I've taken down Christmas holiday decorations from a woman's beautiful home. Christmas was everywhere. Helped her take that down. Definitely have done grocery shopping. I have 2 clients who relocated from their homes into an assisted living.
Oh,
so
that's a big thing around here, it seems.
Yes,
probably everywhere.
There's no shortage of aging folks, and everybody needs help. I'm also another little niche that attaches very well to my skills and the things that I've been developing for 25 years in nonprofit land is to be an extra set of hands for nonprofit organizations that have a project that. If you assign it, and if you assign it to a staff person, that staff person now can't do their own job well and may not manage the project well. So I will come in and assess the project, and then I'll actually do it, not just consult and tell you how, but carry it out, boots on the ground, organizational. So I've helped to organize a couple of lobby days for some nonprofits. Advocacy days. Yeah.
So you're very diverse.
I have a lot of skills that have honed over the years.
Yeah.
So.
How difficult was it to start a woman's business?
Well,
were you able to get help, or did you need it?
This business is wonderful because it really is it's me and people that I will hire.
And you don't have a bricks and mortar?
No, not yet. I mean, I anticipate there'll be some vehicles that might be needed, and as they grow down the road. But I will do a little plug for the Capital Region Chamber. I took their entrepreneur boot camp class and. Learned what I needed to learn, and they've been great to me.
They do a good job.
Yeah, they do a really good job, and I feel like I'm running a successful business now, and have a number of clients. They've all put testimonials up on my website. They're very pleased, and a lot of people call me a solutionist. I love that.
That's a nice name, a solutionist.
Yeah, and I'm doing what I love.
So, how do you? I mean, to go into someone's home, suppose they need some organizational. Mm-hmm. Cleaning out stuff. How do you go about separating emotion from...
Good questions, Anne.
No, because...
Seriously. That's the beauty of it. I mean, if you are calling me, I would like to think that maybe you've realized that you have some baggage that is preventing you from taking care of whatever the task is, whether it's reorganizing the pantry or, really, taking care of a cluttered basement or figuring out garage sale stuff. So I can either help you kind of get to that point where the emotional attachment is not helping you, and I don't have that emotional attachment. So, I kindness, kill them with kindness, and listen to folks talk
I
about.
have this ratty old stuffed animal
Right.
that I keep looking at. It's in my basement, and every time I look at it, I remember where I got it and stuff, and I go, I really should just dump that. And I'll do it later.
Right.
So it's one of those things I just dance around.
Yes.
And I'm sure that I'm not the only one that dances
No, you're
around.
not. And the stuffed animal is not the only thing. I mean, if it was just one thing, then you wouldn't need me. But if there's hundreds of thousands of things, then,
and people who travel a lot sometimes collect a lot on their trips. And I hope that many of the things just don't get dumped. I mean, that's what bothers me, because I think that many of these things, not only having emotional attachment, have value.
Absolutely. And so I have a client right now, a gentleman's going from his apartment into an independent living, and he has some beautiful pieces. And I am going to do one of three things with him. I'm either going to donate them to some kind of shelter. You were talking about a battered women's shelter. There are rehabs that need furniture. Or there are people who are
So you have a list of all these that you can kind of.
Yeah, because of my years of nonprofit work, I mean, I have so many connections in, advocacy and justice organizations, and people trying to get back on their feet, or shelters that are housing them while they're learning how to get back on their feet. So I'll facilitate that, and of course this person has some pieces that should probably end up on an eBay type site, and maybe bring in a dollar or two.
And actually, so do you do eBay for them as well?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, there's a couple of different sites. I mean, eBay is everybody understands what eBay is, but there are
there's other ones.
higher end antique.
Yeah, and there's also the ones on Facebook that are just a garage sale sites as well.
And somebody was just telling me something yesterday about a curb alert on Craigslist. So you just push everything out on the curb. That's if somebody really just says, please get rid of it. And then I'm ready to do that. I mean, if you've made that decision to just get rid of it, then I will go with that.
A curb alert, that's really,
curb
they
alert.
just come and take whatever you want.
Yeah.
What a cool idea.
Yeah.
It's really, I think, something that people have to think about. And earlier before the show, we were talking about photographs.
Right.
And one of the things that we talked about was making sure you label those photographs.
Yeah. We were talking about that, and labeling photographs is great. And if you were to bring in, my assistance, I can help scan those, get those onto something electronic, help you. I mean, if you want to stick with paper, help you organize them so that they're in, protected boxes. That's my Schenectady museum.
Yeah.
Make sure that they're in, boxes that protect them from the elements and that kind of thing.
I use baggies.
Yeah.
Probably the worst thing you can use, but I throw them in there.
Right. No, you want to be careful with that stuff, and definitely label, because your ancestors are losing the story. They're making up lies to your pictures because they don't have the story.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's really, I think, a very interesting profession to get into, and I don't know, maybe other people will like to get into it, but it looks like you've got your niche right now with everything.
Capital Region has been
adaptable.
Very good to me, and like I said, there's a long list of skills. But these are popping up all over the country. There are, if you Google that, hopefully mine is the first one to come up in this region, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, good. Yeah. And I love the name, your personal concierge.
Right.
Sounds so French, I guess, or whatever.